Hey guys, how's it going? Preparing here. So, as a lot of you know, I've been playing this Marvel Heroes game, not yesterday, but the day prior, and I think the few days prior to that. And, I was just, trying to check it out, seeing if it's a game that I'd want to be playing, because, as some of you know, for the people who paid for the Founders Pack, it is coming out next week. And by next week, I mean like 4 or 5 days from now, I'm not exactly sure. So before I get started on the game and why I won't be playing it, I want to tell you guys that I am a huge Marvel fan. I watch all the movies. Like, I thought the Captain America movie from the 90s was good. Okay, that's how much of a Marvel fanboy I am. If you haven't seen the movie, watch something else. Now, the first thing that I saw when I checked out this game is the Founders Pack. I'll show you guys this stuff here. And this is pretty much the most bullshit marketing model that I've seen twice already in the last month of playing games. This is the model that Neverwinter used, where if you give them a lot of money, and I consider $200 to be a lot of money, you can play a lot earlier than everybody else. And not only that, you have distinct and permanent advantages over everyone else. Now, when you're looking at the packs, the main stuff that matters is that you're playing 7 days early. I mean, let's get realistic. I think for the hardcore gamer, I'm not even sure there's 7 days worth of game time within this game. So, I mean, take it for what it is. But all in all, I think it's total bullcrap that you can actually pay the company money to play significantly earlier than everybody else. There's like pay-to-win stuff and like Neverwinter where, you can just buy pretty much everything, and that's been done in other games, and I actually mind that less than I mind this. Because, well, I don't actually know if there is like the super pay-to-win stuff in this game either, but let's just pretend there isn't. Just the fact of playing earlier, I find bigger than, just paying for everything else. Because checking out the game for the first time, you want to be on an equal pace with everybody else. And, I think a lot of people will agree with me on that is really the most important thing. Now, when it comes to the other things about the game, I played it for, I don't know, maybe 10 hours total, maybe a little bit more than that. And I want to tell you guys pretty much what happened. So, I started off playing with Hawkeye, and Hawkeye I knew was a piece of garbage hero, but I thought it'd be fun because it'd be a little bit more difficult, maybe. And it wasn't fun, and it wasn't difficult. He was just a crap hero because he didn't have any AoE abilities early on, and I was told that he doesn't actually get many good AoE abilities for quite some time. So it was really boring, just really, really boring. So I wanted to log off, and one of my friends, Bob, said, "Oh, why don't you try the AoE King? Why don't you try Jean?" So I tried Jean, and Jean was pretty amusing. It was pretty fun. I admit it. You go around and you have a damage aura, and the stuff just dies around you without you even bothering to attack it. So it's kind of fun on that way, just melting mobs. But all in all, it was ultimately pretty boring because that's just all I did. And there's a few mechanics that I pretty much realized that really, really suck in the game. Number one is the collision. In this game, you can actually be surrounded by one monster. So, I've been in an area where it's just kind of like a closed box, and one monster will prevent you from moving past. Much more so than other games. It seems like the monster hitboxes are significantly larger than the size of the character. I've been surrounded in this game by as low as 3 monsters in practically an open area. So unless you have a good AoE or a knockback AoE, which Jean does, you're going to be really annoyed in this game because you won't be able to move your character. So that was really the first thing I noticed, and I thought it was incredibly bad. The second was, I'm a pretty big quest noob. I'm not the quest master of the universe or anything, but I would expect my level of comprehending quests at least average compared to people who generally just play the game, right? Well, I thought they were more confusing than anything. It was pretty much a series of go to this zone and do something, but the something wasn't clear at all. Just random stuff would just highlight on the mini-map. It'd just be like optional dungeons. You go anywhere. It wasn't, there's no pixie dust. There's no Neverwinter pixie dust, and I was lost. Basically, most of the quests are go to this zone, explore the whole zone until you find the adjacent zone, explore that zone until you find the adjacent zone, which has the zone in, which is like a slightly larger dungeon than all the mini dungeons, and there's like a boss in the end. That's pretty much all the quest. So I wasn't really digging that either. The other thing that really put me off the game more than anything else was that I didn't really realize it, because you can't realize it, but I was significantly lower level in the content that I was doing. And had it not been that I was streaming and people were letting me know of this fact, I probably would have just like quit the game there. So what was going on is, in this game, your character gets levels. And as your character gets levels, he gets stronger. But so do the other monsters, they get stronger as well. And the difference in levels in this game affects significantly, I should add, how much damage you do, how much damage you take, and how much experience you earn from the monsters. That being said, if a monster is much higher level than you, it's going to hit you way harder than it's normally going to. You're going to do like no damage to it, and you're going to get like no experience when you kill it. And the best part is, although you can see your level of your character in the game, there are no other levels displayed anywhere of anything else in the game. So, you know, when I was playing for the first time, I had no idea what level quests I was doing. I had no idea what level zones I was in, and I didn't even realize that there were penalties involved. I just thought the game was ridiculously hard when I was following the quests, and eventually I found a boss that one-shotted me instantly with a very long-range AoE attack that was practically impossible to dodge in many cases. In hindsight, it ended up being that the boss was something like 6 levels higher than me, and it was hitting me for like a damage bonus of like 200%. I have less life because I was, you know, lower level, and even if I had killed it, I would have got like no experience, and it would have taken a really long time to kill it because I was hitting it for 0 damage because I was so much lower level than it. So what ended up being the case is I was perpetually falling behind the quests. I guess I didn't kill enough monsters in the zones. I mean, I thought I did, but hey, most people play the game, play it with experience boosts that I believe are through the real money side of things. So yeah, if you pay real money, you get experience boosts, and you don't fall behind in levels. If you don't, you may have to grind like me. I'm not exactly sure that's the system how it works, because the currencies are a little bit, you know, uncertain on my behalf. I don't exactly know what they do, but I'm pretty sure that's the basics of it. So what I ended up doing, after I realized the fact, I realized there is a system in the game where you can actually tell the level difference between you and the stuff you're killing. So if it's green, it's probably around your level, and if it's yellow or like a different color, it's like higher than your level. And there's like this little box above like the nameplate of all the monsters you're attacking, which designates this. So not knowing this prior, pretty much what happened was ultimately going to happen. And in the end, I had to go back, get these experience boosts, which don't actually cost much on the beta of the game, and grind some zones that I already did. And let me tell you, grinding zones is really dumb. It's not really fun at all. I mean, I pretty much realized that I won't play the game because I put this game aside and I was playing a single-player game, Van Helsing, and that was way more fun. So I mean, why bother? That was pretty much my reasoning. I don't really know what it takes to have entertaining farm of like repetitive zones, but I know that it's been done in the past. I don't mind it that much in Path of Exile, but the game that really does it the best is like Diablo 2. Like, I can do Chaos Sanctuary runs in Diablo 2 for like 10 hours a day, and I won't get bored for a while. With Marvel Heroes and a lot of other games, it was boring instantaneously. So there's that to note. And one thing that, you know, kind of really annoyed me was the drop system and the item system. You know, you have your own hero, but you keep finding crap for like other heroes, and it's useless. The inventory page is really, really small, and you get crafting mats, and none of the crafting mats stack, so you're always full. the potions, you have to use a ton of potions, but they only stack to 10, so a fourth of your inventory is just potions. On top of that, the actual items that the mobs drop, sometimes they're okay, most of the time they're garbage, but one thing to note is that they actually implemented a system kind of like Diablo 3 where they drop more than just items, they drop orbs. So, you know, they drop orbs that give you health, they drop orbs that give you mana, they drop orbs that give you both, and they drop orbs that drop experience. So, this isn't like painfully bad, but I just thought it was kind of hilarious that in this game you can actually get experience drops. And it was most ridiculous when you would do one of these like mini dungeons that would have a chest protected by all these monsters. Then you kill all the monsters, you kill the rare monsters, you open the chest, and the chest drops experience orbs, you know? So I mean, why don't the mobs just give you more experience, you know? It just seems like a very disorganized game. I think safely I can recommend it for the people who are bigger Marvel fans than I am, I guess. If you really just want to play Iron Man, you want to poo-poo some lasers, if you want to play Spider-Man, do some web action, you know, play for the lulz, I guess that. But all in all, I couldn't even like have enough sanity to go through the game to reach the end game, which to my understanding wasn't really much to talk about to begin with. So that's about it. I'm kind of sad to give you guys a negative review about one of the games I played because most of the games, you know, I give them a real chance. But man, this one was really painful, so I won't be playing it. If you guys want to check it out, you can play in like 4 or 5 days, like I said, if you give them 200 bucks. If not, it's like free 1 week later, so you guys can just play for lulz, enjoy the Iron Mans, enjoy the Thors, bringing down the lightning, whatever, man. I think it's just a game where it's marketed for people who are really die-hard into one kind of hero or something like that. Or, you know, some of the youngsters with something to do. Keep them busy. So, that's about it. Hope some of you guys are not too bummed that I won't be playing this game. But I can almost reassure you that you would be disappointed if the other case was true. So, that's it for today, guys. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.